Good evening and welcome back to Bondurant, Iowa on back-to-back night doubleheaders here for this time Raccoon River Conference matchup between the visiting Ballard Bombers and your Bondurant for our Bluejays. Patrick Meyer here with Chad Carlson on the call. How you doing, Chad?
Doing great, Patrick. Like we said when I got up here, it just seems like it's been a long time.
It's like we never left.
We're right back at it.
All right, well, as we look into tonight's game with the Bombers visiting, Bombers are coming in 2-10 overall, 1-6 in conference. Bluejays moving up to 4-7 overall, 2-6 in conference after the 1-6 in conference after a nice win last night against the Rough Riders. Bluejays being led most nights by junior Addison Brown and senior Erica Lyle, doing a lot of work in the paint, and Addison's pretty much everywhere, and Erica is the dominant left hand in the paint. And what does that give you for tonight? What are you looking for?
Well, I think both of these programs find themselves in a little bit of an unusual place, in terms of record and where they are in the conference standings. And I think that creates even greater urgency for both teams to get one in the win column, if you will. And, the Bluejays went over to Huxley earlier this year and beat Ballard. That's something that haven't done a lot of over the years, and Ballard's probably looking for some payback here tonight. So I just think we're going to see a spirited effort from both teams, and just really was excited about how our girls played last night.
Yeah. All right, as we look for starting lineups, first for the Bombers, at guard, sophomore number 2 Rhea Miller, at guard, junior number 4 Jada Landy, at guard, senior number 11 Reagan Levy. At guard, sophomore number 32, Grace Grundemeyer. And at forward, freshman number 34, Kaylor Johnson. And for your Bluejays, at guard, senior number 2, Aubrey Haynes. At guard, junior number 5, Morgan Muller. At guard, sophomore number 10, Tierra Bergeron. At forward, junior number 23, Addison Brown. And at center, senior number 33, Erica Lyle. Bombers being led by Reagan Levy with over 16 points a game on the season. Bluejays will need to find a way to shut her down. We'll step aside for the playing of the national anthem. We'll be back for some ball. All right. Well, as we were talking about, Reagan Levy leading the team substantially ahead of everybody else on their team. What's your strategy for trying to shut down, for lack of a better term, a one leading scorer type of show?
Well, there's a lot of things you can do. I think a lot of times the best thing is just to shade hard in her area. You could have somebody face guard her. You could play a box and one. But sometimes when you go to those junk defenses, you're getting yourself out of what you typically like to do and what some of your regular concepts are, and you give up things in other areas, offensive rebounds and three-point shots and things like that. So I think just a hard shade, which means everybody's got their head on a swivel and giving help to whoever's responsible for guarding Reagan Levy, and I think that's the best approach. We'll see how that goes. We'll see what that strategy is here probably pretty early.
All right. Erica Lyle versus freshman Kaylor Johnson on the tip. Lyle with it.
Ballard's going to start in a 2-3 zone.
Morgan Muller at the top with it. Back to Addison Brown. Lyle in the paint, turns to the left hand and doesn't quite get the roll. Kaylor Johnson with the rebound. Like the offensive setup, just wasn't quite able to get enough on the shot.
Yeah. It looks like Tara Bergeron's drawn the assignment to guard Levy.
Grundemeyer drives. Kicks it out to Levy. Levy coming all the way around with it. Picks up her dribble. Hits Grundemeyer off the bottom of the rim. Quick footwork to get back in bounds. Kaylor Johnson right hand up and gets the roll. Muller able to gather that one back to Brown. Threw it to Bergeron, but Bergeron was already cutting. Just a little bad timing on that one.
Yep, just got to work together. Again, you know, we saw this last night a little bit, just sometimes getting in a hurry, playing 100 miles an hour when you just need to play at the speed limit.
It's about to get loud in here as the pep band is filing in. Addison Brown steps in front of that one. Tried to save it by going around the referee. Not quite able to do it, but a good hustle. Something we don't usually say about Addison, right?
Yeah.
She's always lacking in the hustle.
We need to light a fire there or something.
She'll be diving on the floor in about 3 seconds.
She leads the team in floor burns. And
Grundemeyer to Johnson. And off of Landa's foot, or Levy's foot. Morgan Muller with it to Bergeron. Round to Haynes. Lyle now in the paint working on Johnson. Double team from behind by Levy, and they're going to get a foul. I think that's going to be on Levy from behind. Yep. I mean, that's one way to try to slow her down if you get her in foul trouble.
I'd go right back in that direction.
Lyle just a little long with the first one. Second one up. Just off the rim as well. Grundemeyer tipped it. Lyle secures it. Haynes for three. Just off, and neither player able to go get that. Going to be Bomber ball. Thought Levy was going to dive for that for a second.
Thought she was
going to be very helpful. I feel like there's some rule about don't save it underneath your own hoop.
Yep.
Johnson has it taken away by Brown. Haynes tried the entry pass to Brown. Not quite the angle you wanted. Landa out to Levy. Bergeron still tight on her. And we are getting a foul on Tierra.
Yeah, and Levy's shooting about just, under 29% from the three-point line. So you can probably give her a little bit of room, a little bit of space out there. You don't want to let her get a head start. She's probably more of a driving type. And keeping her off the free throw line and maybe forcing her to show us that she can hit a couple of those threes would be a good strategy.
Kaylee Hansen checked in on that last break. Morgan Muller tried to cut off that pass, not quite able to keep it in bounds. Entry to Levy. Triple teamed, had it knocked away by Brown, gets it back. Kaylor Johnson now drive, right hand layup is fouled on the way. She'll go to the line for two. Gonna get Kaylee on that one. She's got a little bit of the wrist on the way.
Yeah, just kind of a little bit of a defensive lapse, or I think there was like a switch, and there was no communication on the switch, and all of a sudden you had Johnson kind of breaking free on the road to a layup all by herself till she got fouled.
Olivia Waka checking in for Jada Landy for the Bombers. And for your Blue Jays, Lydia Martin coming in. Johnson's second one. Skies on through.
There's that sideline break we talked about, Patrick.
Haynes to Brown. Back out to Muller. Morgan for three is going to be just off, but Haynes is going to chase that one down. She's going to take her own three off the front of the rim. Muller had it knocked away by Waka. Stay with the Blue Jays. Martin to inbound. Finds Hansen for two. No, not the bounce we wanted. Brown with the rebound. They're going to go jump ball.
That's a quick jump. Quick tie-up.
I don't really want that to be a foul either. It's more of just a play on.
That's a play on.
Yeah. Rondemeyer to Levy. Pulls up for a long three off the front of the rim. Waka gets the rebound. Rondemeyer has it out top now. Martin being a pesky towards Levy. Pass tipped away. Haynes comes away with it. Martin in the paint. And Levy's going to tie that one up on the shot. Good help defense. Yeah, Macy Harder coming in for the Bombers. Grace Grundemeyer to the bench. Addison Brown shuffles the feet as she catches it.
Yep, just got a little bit of a head start there without getting the ball on the floor. I think against this 2-3 zone, the Blue Jays are going to have to attack the top half of the lane area. That's usually the spot on the floor that's most open against a 2-3 zone. Somebody's going to have to flash the middle there.
Levy with a nice crossover left-hand finish.
Yeah, got to give her some space out there. That's what she wants to do.
Muller to Brown. Brown thought about the mid-range, passed it out to Haynes. Back into Hansen. Triple teamed over to Martin. Martin for two is going to be short. And going to have a lot of players hit the ground on a jump ball. We told you Addison would be on the court shortly. Checking in for the Jays, Erica Lyle and Claire Meislin. Lydia Martin and Addison Brown to the bench. Levy brings it up court. Meislin on her now. Coming around that screen. Now with the right hand. She's going to get fouled on the way in. She'll go to the line for two. That one's on Kaylee as well. A little early foul trouble for her. Levy to the line, a 70% free throw shooter. Addison Brown going to check back in for Kaylee with the foul trouble. Levy second free throw up and good. And we're going to get a Blue Jay timeout.
Yeah, and I think Coach Obley's probably not terribly concerned about the defensive effort right now. There's some small adjustments they could make there, giving Levy a little more space out on the perimeter, forcing her to shoot the ball from the perimeter. But I think the offensive end is where she's most concerned right now. And really, again, finding somebody to flash into the top half of that lane will either open up a shot in the top of the half of the lane, or it'll bring the bottom players in that zone up for an easy pass down low to Erica Lyle or a Kaylee Hansen or an Addison Brown. So that would be where I would attack the zone. We'll see what we get there. Ballard's coming out with a little bit of pressure here. Looks like a 2-2-1, which is usually a three-quarter court trap. They're going to try and trap in the corners at right about the half line.
Pass ahead to Meislin. Meislin to Brown. Brown just a little late on that pass. Tenley Freed checked in, was under the bucket.
Yeah, that's the thing a press does. If it doesn't get you to turn it over, it gets you to hurry.
Levy with a good drive, and that's going to be out of bounds off the Bombers. got to the hoop but wasn't able to get the angle to convert.
Now Ballard's switched it up to a man-to-man. Well, no, now they're back into a zone.
Haynes with it to Freed. Not able to catch it cleanly. Morgan Muller doing the one-person press. Waka drive, kick out for three is going to be long and able to rebound by Rhea Miller. And Mislin reaches in to tie that one up. Good play by Claire. Miller with the press. Ball ahead to Freed. Tried to pass it in, but Kaylor Johnson got to it. Claire Mislin steals that one away. Smartly dribbles it out as she would have been triple teamed. Now for a long two. Just off, tipped away. Kaylor Johnson with the rebound. Levy goes to the left. Kick out to Waka. Waka drives, right hand up. No good. Tried to save it. Throws it off a Blue Jay. Staying with the Bombers. Lyle and Bergeron going to check back in for the Jays. Freed and Muller to the bench. Walk it inbound. Finds Kaylor underneath, just not able to catch it cleanly, luckily. And Addison did a good job of preventing her head from hitting the floor as she went down that time.
No regard for her life or limb there. She is.
Did you ever see The Replacements?
I don't watch a lot of movies, I guess. Gotta be honest with you.
All right.
Ugh.
Oh, that's a tough foul. It's going to be on Mislin. There's a scene in there where it's like, I want the ball, give me the ball, I want the ball, and that's what I was thinking there. Maybe hits the first free throw. I'm not sure we want to keep sending her to the line.
No, and to that point, all the underneath inbounds plays are going to be for her too. And now you can't run the baseline, so we'll see if Ballard extends their pressure even a little bit more.
Bergeron to Haynes. Gets it in cleanly. Ahead to Mislin. Now to Brown. To Lyle. They're going to get Lyle on a shuffle there.
Yeah, it just makes you hurry. The press makes you hurry.
Morgan Muller going to check back in. Aubrey Haynes going to go to the bench. Levy bringing it up court. Waka to Miller. Back over to Waka. To Johnson. Drops it off to Levy. Tough left-hand finish. No good. And gonna jump that one too?
Yeah.
Yep. Lyle had it. Good job by Kaylor Johnson coming in and get some of that. Haynes coming back in. Mislin going to go to the bench now. Muller with it. Drops it off to Haynes. Used a fair amount of the 10-second clock. Gets it ahead to Brown. Out to Muller. Back to Brown. Brown for three. Looking to bank it in. Not able to. And we're going to have another tie-up.
We've had a few.
Had a few. Grundemeyer going to check back in for the Bombers. Miller going to go to the bench. And Tenley Freed coming back in for the Jays. Addison Brown to the bench. Levy works around the screen from Johnson. Now to Grundemeyer. Grundemeyer drive, kick out Waka. Over in the corner to Harder for three. That one is no good. Morgan Muller with the rebound. Pushes it ahead to Freed. Freed up with it and is fouled.
Right.
Will go to the line for two.
Good job by Morgan Muller. Had her head up. Found her teammate running down the floor. And
foul is on Macy Harder. That's her first. Freed to the line for two. First one a little long. Second one up and good. Sticking with her 50% ratio. Jada Landy coming back in for the Bombers. Harder going to go to the bench.
now the Blue Jays look like they're in a 2-3 zone. Kind of their 1-1-3 that bumps down to a 2-3.
Grundemeyer for three. Free drive, left hand up, no good. Don't think she was expecting to get there that cleanly. Waka over in the corner, now back out to Landy. Grundemeyer looking to fire up another three. Levy instead. In and out. Johnson with the rebound.
A little bit of a touch foul there, I think.
Fortunately, it's on Tierra, her second, and that'll send Johnson to the line for two.
Yeah.
Johnson, first one up and good. Second one, no good. Lyle rebound. Surprisingly, no jump ball. It's happened most of the time. Haynes to Freed. 10 seconds in the first quarter. Berggren loses it. Waka has an opportunity to go all the way. Lays it in right hand, good, and that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. Blue Jays trailing 1-14. Not the start you were looking for. But, you know, sometimes things don't start the way you want. But when you're thinking about finances, you might want to think about Jeff Meislin with Principal, because he can help you out when those things aren't going your way. Jeff and his team help individuals, families, and businesses with retirement planning and strategy, investments, college funding, life, long-term disability, and long-term care insurance, and other financial products and strategies. Feel free to email or call for a complimentary consultation, or if you have any questions, 515-246-4057. Or you can email at meislin.jeff@principal.com. You probably get a conversation or two about a Blue Jay athletics team if you want it as well.
And I think Jeff's advice would be to the new investor, start small. And my advice to our girls basketball team would be start small right now. You're not going to make up a 13-point deficit probably in the next 3 or 4 minutes of the game. Chip away. Maybe get it to 10 or under by half. Maybe you get it to 5 by the end of the third quarter and get yourself a chance to win. We saw this team turn around an 11-point deficit last night, and I don't think any of them to a person could say they could play probably any worse. I mean, they just have not had a focused effort. They haven't got a lot of shots at the basket, a lot of turnovers, and then just a handful of defensive lapses. But you should be able to give up 14 points and still be in a game. Let's see if they can make some adjustments here against this zone.
Haynes in the corner for three. That's one way to get it started.
That was a good set play. Got it to the hot shooting Aubrey Haynes from last night. Continues where she left off.
15 points, I think, all in the second half, right?
Yes.
And Addison Brown going to reach in and tie that one up.
And the body language and the feel like we're into it is much more apparent, and we're only 24 seconds into the quarter.
Taylor Johnson spends more time dribbling around the three-point line than most centers probably do. Nice pass back to her for two. Waka with the delivery. And Levy jumps in front of that pass. Not able to finish. It's going to stay with the Bombers.
Really good contest by Morgan Muller. She did not give up on the play. She didn't foul. And the result is a missed layup and a chance to play defense here. What are we going to get here? Officials discussing something. Reset of the shot clock.
Which they had already done.
Yeah.
They know the rules over there. Johnson's right foot step through. Boy, she's putting together a real nice game.
That's the old okey doke right there, the up and under.
Berggren with the ball. Over to Haynes. Muller brings it back to Lyle.
Again, Patrick, just look at the top half. There, that's the spot. That's where it's wide open. The top half of the lane. Addison Brown was able to penetrate and get into that area. There just wasn't anybody in the post for her to pass to.
Landy for three, way off. Waka comes in, is blocked by Lyle. Note that one towards your brick house. Protect this house possibilities.
That was a Waka blocka.
Ooh. Loose ball picked up by Grundmeyer. That's why you get the big bucks.
I'm into culture, pop culture, and things like that.
Lyle with
like
the
that
rebound.
movie you were talking about earlier, The Replacements, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. At least I can remember that.
Lyle.
That's where it's open, right there.
Fouled.
Right there. And both teams are in a 2-3 zone now. And just, I just ask our viewers to look at the top half of the lane. It's wide open against a 2-3 zone. It's not really designed to have. Nobody's there, and even if somebody catches the ball there, it's going to bring defense to you, and it's going to make other people open. So it seems like an simple and easy thing, and it's not easy for kids who are on the floor to always see that and understand that. But teams that make zone defenses pay are able to get that ball to kind of that free throw and just below area.
Waka and Johnson to the bench for the Bombers. Lyle goes 1 for 2. Levy gets the rebound. Checking in Harder and Miller for the Jays. We picked up Finley McDowell for the first time tonight, along with Claire Meislin. Joining Aubrey Haynes, Morgan Muller, and Erica Lyle. Landy was unhappy with something over there.
Thought it was off of Morgan Muller.
Kaylee Hansen checking in for Lyle.
Right now the Blue Jays are mixing up their defenses. We've seen the 2-3 zone. Last possession it was man-to-man. So little something different every time. And that can make it difficult for your opponent to kind of figure out, okay, are we attacking with our zone offense, our man-to-man offense? So just trying to keep them off balance a little bit, but also making sure that you know where Levy is. And to your point right now, Kayla Johnson, a freshman, off to a strong start. She's got 7 points. And Grace Grundmeyer's been the only bomber so far to go bombs away from the three-point line and connect.
Only because it's going to bother you later. Kayla has 8. So if that's not what you have written down.
Did she make a free throw?
Yeah.
Okay, darn it. She was 2 for 2 from the line then.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I would have checked with you at half. And
I actually looked up at the scoreboard to confirm that I was right before I said anything. But double team on Hansen. Kick out McDowell. Back out to Hansen for 3, and that's good. Did they call it a 2? They did as a 3. All right.
They called that a 3, really?
They did. It was a little late on the call, but
I thought she
might have had a foot on the line.
Squarely on the line, but there will be no review, and we're not giving up the video.
And loose ball going to go out of bounds. Blue Jays will have it.
We got a replay here.
We do, but it's not going to show you her feet from that angle, which is perfect. Good work out of Garrett.
Good. We don't want to see her feet.
The proof is in the video.
Yes.
McDowell to Moeller. Harder with a little pressure, able to knock that one away. Moeller goes back and gets it. To Meisland in the corner. Back to Moeller. Haynes into Hansen. A little aggressive on the distance of that pass, and the zone was able to collapse down on it. Miller for three. That's going to be off, and Meisland's going to let it go out of bounds. Going to the Blue Jays. Olivia Waka coming back in. Grace Grundemeyer to the bench. The Bombers have had three freshmen get significant time. Kaylee probably should have pulled up for that one. Muller instead for three. That one's going to be short. And we're going to have a jump ball. I really want that jump ball between Johnson and Meisland. Let's jump these things again. No, not tonight.
Old school.
It would take forever to jump all of these held.
I want this skinny lane, too, like they have up in the Pentagon up there in Sioux. Pentagon? Yeah, up in Sioux Falls. They have the skinny lanes, the old school.
Haynes for three. That one's off the rim, and good rebound by Harder, but throws it. Oh, Waka's able to chase it down. All right. Good pressure defense by the Blue Jays. But so far, the Bombers' hustle has been able to make up for it. Going to get Aubrey on that one.
Yep, just her first.
Addison Brown coming back in. Muller to the bench. Johnson gets it in the paint. Right hand, no good on the finish. Addison gets the rebound. Haynes looking up court, head up the whole time, gets it to Meisland, now into Kaylee, who is not fouled there. Harder. All right, that's fair. I mean, that was probably similar contact on both ends.
Yeah, play on. Play through, play on. There's that open spot.
Haynes for three finds the open spot as well.
Yeah, we'll take the three, but Addison Brown, I think I saw Coach Maddie Trepp talking to her on the bench and kind of pointing and directing, and Addison Brown went right to that high post area. Let's see if she continues to kind of float around in that area and she can get some touches in there.
Miller Johnson now over to Waka. Waka looking to go baseline, gets cut off, gets the pass out. Harder now on the other side. Back to Waka. Waka doing laps on her half of the court.
5 on the shot clock.
Johnson. They're going to say that Kaylee knocked down Claire off the Bombers. Lyle coming back in. Kaylee going to go to the bench. Finley over to Claire. Haynes with it now to Brown in the paint. Looking to get around her defender. Dumps it off to Lyle nicely. Not able to finish. Addison with the rebound and put back.
Right there.
Johnson picks up her dribble. Lyle putting on the pressure. Getting close to a 5 count. Steps out for a three. A high arcing three. And are we getting Meisland for a foul?
I think they're going to call Claire for probably a tug on Levy underneath the basket. No harm other than we probably had the rebound and we're going the other way, but no bonus situation yet.
At least the three wasn't made to go with it.
Correct.
Finley McDowell going to go to the bench. Morgan back in.
Levy wants to go to work here.
Long three. Rebound by Waka. Waka now going to drive. Kick out. Landy for three. That one's good. Haynes to Muller. Gets it into Lyle. Kick out to Brown. Drives back in. Outside. Muller for three. Not able to convert. Addison Brown rebound put back. And Lyle gets the rebound that time and is fouled.
Yeah, really attacking the paint area now. Getting offensive rebounds. And just because the ball goes in the lane doesn't mean it can't be kicked back out. In fact, that's when shooters are going to get open because it's going to draw all the defense to the middle when the ball gets into the paint.
Meislin goes to the bench. Blue Jays have their starters on the court. Bombers have 4 out of 5. Haynes for a long three. Long three.
Matches the 3 in the second half she had last night. Or did she have 4 in the second half?
I think she had 4 in the second half last night, yeah.
Yeah. So we need 1 more out of her in this half.
I mean, she can go 1, 2, 3, you know. She can keep doing it in the second half, too.
Yep.
That's her second foul for Aubrey.
And important to keep her on the floor, too. And I don't know if she'll get her out here in the last minute 14 or not. But
Levy's first free throw is good. She's up to 6 points now. Levy converts them both. Minute 15 remaining in the first half. Haynes over to Muller. Coming off Lyle's screen. Haynes for three.
Got it. Yep.
You asked for it. There it was.
She's the basket looks like the ocean to her right now.
She's like Santa Claus right now. Anything else you want to ask for? And Addison Brown with probably her 4th or 5th held ball.
Yeah.
A little replay for Aubrey's last corner three.
Splash.
Bombers ball after the jump. Look at that beautiful line.
if you're into geometry.
Good job getting the shot up by Johnson. Good defense by the Jays. Lyle gets the rebound.
Really nice contest by Erica.
Very little difference between the play clock and shot clock, so they can hold for the last shot. Bergman back to Haynes. Haynes for three. That one is off. Rebound Levy. As much as you might have wanted her to hold for that last shot, when you're shooting that well in this quarter, really even, you let it go. Levy lets it go from long, and that's going to be out of bounds. Red ball with 0.8 seconds left. I would have had a hard time calling that red ball.
Let's hope Mr. Czar has good reflexes on the trigger here.
We got another line here.
Don't give up a layup. Stay inside. There we go.
And
they got a foul on Morgan Muller. Doggone it. But no bonus yet.
No bonus yet. Whew. However, no time came off. Come on, man.
Yeah.
That was not the effort you were hoping for out of Mr. Czar.
There's a layup.
Levy, left-hand finish. But Blue Jays still made a decent comeback.
Yes, they did.
To close it to down 6, and we'll step aside for halftime. We'll be back for second half action. Go Jays. Welcome back to second half action here in girls varsity action. Blue Jays close the gap in the second quarter, now trailing 19-25. Leading the way, Aubrey Haynes with 4 3-pointers in the first half. She can stay hot. That would go a long way. Countering, the Bombers have 9 points from Reagan Levy and 8 points from Kayla Johnson. What type of adjustments are you expecting or looking for here?
Well, you know, it's been a little bit of a chess match, especially for both teams defensively. The Blue Jays have mixed up their defense between zone and man-to-man. Ballard's throwing a little bit of a press out there every once in a while just to kind of get the Blue Jays off balance. So I don't know if we're going to see a man-to-man defense out of Ballard. So, you know, if the Blue Jays can kind of, you know, as Coach Hayden Fry would say, scratch where it itches against that zone and, you know, talked about some of the places where that zone is a little more vulnerable, see if our girls can attack that area. Maybe get our post players a little bit more, some more touches. See if Erica Lyle and Kaylee Hansen can get involved. Maybe Addison Brown can be that facilitator there in the middle of the lane. And they're going to be shading hard towards Aubrey. That's for sure. They don't want to let her get going again. But they did exactly what they needed to do in that second quarter, and that's chip away at this lead. And they got it from 13 down to 6.
Both teams with their starting lineups back out there. Brown over to Moeller.
Now Ballard is man-to-man.
Morgan Moeller for 3, no good. Pass to Lyle, and
I wonder what the record is for tie-ups in a game.
we've got to be approaching it.
At least halfway there.
Part of it's just good, scrappy defense from both teams.
Yeah.
Addison's going to draw that first foul. Her first foul.
Just her first. Yeah. Maybe just her first. The only one she's been called for.
Fair. That's all we actually track, though.
Blue Jays in their man-to-man defense now. Addison Brown's drawn the Levy assignment. She's just going to face guard her.
Good defense from Lyle on Johnson. Johnson goes down to the floor and held ball. What else can we call that to spice it up a little bit since we've said it too many times?
Sharing.
Sharing.
Sharing the ball. Everybody's sharing the ball tonight. There's that high post.
Kick out to Brown. Baseline up for the 2. Going to be fouled along the way.
It's so easy. I mean, it doesn't seem like it could be that simple, but when the ball goes to that free throw line and below, it creates offense.
Now that's a 3rd foul on Kayla Johnson, who's been in most of the game, if not all, and really done a solid job throughout. First one no good for Addison.
She's going to make this one because she's a 50% free throw shooter.
Deal. Good work.
Thank you.
Oh, I was talking about her, not you.
Oh.
Levy with crossover to Grundmeyer. Johnson using the screen from Levy. Gets up to the hoop.
Ooh.
Oh, I think there's probably a good argument that there was something there.
Yeah. Your arm doesn't naturally go down in that motion.
Muller to Lyle for Haynes for 3. That's still looking good.
So there's an adjustment that's been made so far. And you see Erica Lyle has played down on the block in the first half, and now she's playing up in the high post.
Addison takes Grundemeyer's leg and the ball. Muller coming around the screen from Lyle to Brown. Over to Haynes in the corner. Now feeds Lyle in the paint.
Nice.
Switches to the right hand. Oh, going to draw a 4th foul on Kayla Johnson.
Yep. Nice up and under.
First one no good. Waka going to come in. Lyle's second free throw coming. Up and good. Kaylee Hansen going to check in. Erica Lyle going to go to the bench. Brown knocks it away over to Waka. Waka drops it off to Grundmeyer.
Carry.
Brown drives, might have got away with a little foot slide there. Bergeron for three, just off the rim. Landy rebounds it, but throws it to Brown. That three is no good. A little heat check. Muller gets the rebound. Bergeron now drive. Right hand up. No good. Kaylee Hansen rebound. Put back. No good. Brown's going to get called over the back.
A lot of great opportunities there. Ton of great opportunities there.
So Addison's going to go to the bench. Lyle back in. Waka for a long three. That was a nice set play. Bergeron with the answer.
Got it.
Levy crossover kick out. Landy for three. That one's off. Tipped away. Grundmeyer gets it. Kicks it out to Waka on the other side. That one's no good. And loose ball into the hands of the Bombers. Bombers working hard down there. That's Miller. It's going to go out of bounds. Blue Jay ball. Meisland going to check in. And Aubrey Haynes going to take a seat.
The energy in this game is pretty good right now. Both teams are fighting, scrapping for loose balls, rebounds, extending that defense. Here's Ballard. Bring this press out. We've seen teams do this when Aubrey Haynes goes to the bench. Probably won't see Aubrey there for long.
Muller over to Meisland, cross-court Bergeron. Muller for three, just off, tipped away by Lyle. Calling it on Waka.
Believe so.
Yep. That is Olivia Waka's first foul. Inbound to Haynes. Hansen, kick out Meisland. Baseline, right hand up. No good. One too many bounces on the rim. Otherwise, Lyle was in great position for the rebound.
Yeah, when Kaylee had that ball in the high post, if she had looked, Erica was wide open underneath the basket.
Morgan Muller with the big block. Meisland for three. Gets called for the travel. Landy into the paint. Thought maybe there was a double dribble there. Had both hands on it, but Blue Jays coming up court. Haynes into Lyle. Lyle faces a pile of Bombers, and they're going to get Lyle coming through that pile. Her first foul. Addison Brown coming in for the Jays. Lyle to the bench. Macy Harder in for the Bombers, and Landy to the bench. Levy drive, left hand, lay in, good, and the foul. We're getting Muller on that one. Morgan's second foul. Levy will go to the line for one. Old-fashioned three-point play. Up with it, and good. Muller breaks the press. Over to Haynes. Into Brown. Back out to Muller. To Meisland. Swinging it around. Addison steps into the paint. Now Kaylee for a long two. Good.
I like it. Addison Brown created that. Nicely done. Coach Obley grabs a timeout just to talk things over.
You need to talk things over financially. Jeff Meisland might be your guy over at Principal. Jeff and his team help individuals, families, and businesses with retirement planning and strategy, investments, college funding, life, long-term disability, and long-term care insurance, and other financial products and strategies. Feel free to email or call for a complimentary consultation, or if you have any questions, you can call them at 515-246-4057 or email meisland.jeff@principal.com. He's just a few rows down from us.
You know what I'm most jealous about of Jeff? He's got a great head of hair. I mean, Kyle Seidel and I would give anything for that kind of head of hair.
So maybe along with financial recommendations, he can recommend some hair care. I don't know. Levy into the paint, right hand up and good. She's up to 14.
Yeah, kind of getting what she wants here the last couple possessions.
Hanson to Haynes. Haynes for three off the front of the rim. No good. Rebound Harder.
Addison has been even more played with even more energy tonight than she always plays with energy, but she's everywhere around the ball. I mean Ballard probably thinks there's three of her out on the floor right now. Great effort.
McDowell checked into the game on that last one along with Bergeron. So Blue Jays right now, McDowell, Hanson, Bergeron, Brown, and Haynes. Levy with another lay-in.
They got to do something different defensively against Levy. I don't know if it's go back to the zone or what, but something different because she's just going to work on whoever's guarding her right now.
McDowell tried to get it back into Brown, and Brown somehow threw that ball across the court through a pack of Bombers. Lyle and Freed and Brown and Hanson to the bench.
Wondered a little bit if fatigue might start coming to play a little bit for the Blue Jays playing on back-to-back nights. These are young people. They're in a lot better shape than you and I are, but 2 nights in a row, can be a little challenging.
Loose ball gonna go to the Blue Jays.
Yeah, and right now Levy's a problem. She's creating for her teammates too. That probably pass that could have connected better with a teammate, but she's just kind of getting to any spot she wants to get on the floor.
Lyle and Freed, and they're going to get Waka on the hold.
Just a little high-low post action. Ballard's just having a hard time guarding that. Of course, they've got Johnson on the bench with fouls, so lose a lot of their height without her on the floor.
Haynes into Freed. Throws it out to Bergeron. Bergeron step through, right hand up, and no good. Waka rebound. Waka kick out Harder for three. That's good.
Her first bucket of the game. Comes at an opportune time for the Bombers.
Freed up with it off the rim. Lyle gets the rebound. Tried to get it over to McDowell with a few too many bounces. Grundemeyer ends up layup, no good. Harder able to get the rebound, no good. Tipped out Freed. Good decision. Gets it over to Haynes. Berggren in the corner for three. Ooh, in and out. Tenley up with the rebound and is fouled.
Nice job. Tenley Freed's giving her team some good energy right now, some good hustle.
Foul is on Grundemeyer, her first. Freed will go to the line for two.
She was 1 for 2 in the first half from the line.
First one up and good. Landy coming in for Waka. Muller coming in for Haynes. 3.1 seconds remaining in the third. Freed hits them both. Meisling going to come in for McDowell for a little defensive pressure.
Yeah, you want to pressure the ball just a little bit. You do not want to foul and put them on the line. Just get her turned once. There you go.
Long three after the buzzer. We're going to go to the end of the third. Blue Jays trailing 31-38.
Nice job by Claire there getting Levy turned just that one time. She wasn't able to get that shot off fast enough. But lost a little ground in that quarter, just a point. But you're still in a position to get a W here. I think Levy is the straw that stirs the drink, if you will, for Ballard, and some type of defensive adjustment against her, depending on who's guarding her, or if it's a 2-3 zone, whatever it might be. She just kind of makes the whole machine work.
Her 14 points, it's now 16 points. Definitely tell you that story as well. She's right at her scoring average, though, so we can go ahead and shut her out in the fourth, right?
I don't see why not. She's gotten hers. She can't play anymore. She cannot exceed her average. And the Blue Jays offensively, just, again, got in a little bit of a hurry a couple times again. They've gotten some good looks. They're just not finishing shots around the basket. They've had some open threes. Tierra Berggren and Aubrey Haynes both connected on threes, but they had several misses where they had some good open looks as well.
Clock issue?
I'm not sure the clock started right on time or what happened, but.
All right. Levy with it, crossing over. Miller to Grundemeyer.
Blue Jays staying man-to-man. Morgan Muller's got the assignment to guard Levy, and I like that matchup for the Blue Jays. I think Morgan's quickness, she can hang with her and keep her from driving to the basket.
Muller over to Haynes. Haynes pump fake up with the three. Off the rim, no good. And Berggren able to chase it down. Back over to Haynes. Lyle to Brown. Brown now drives up. Right hand, no good. Gets her own rebound. Put back up and no good as well.
Working so hard. Just want one of those to go down.
Levy on the cut. Right hand up. No good. Brown rebound. Haynes to Berggren. Berggren pump fake. Back to Muller. Berggren gets it back to Haynes out top.
Got to keep attacking the high post. Right now the guards are just playing catch on the perimeter. They've got to look inside. There we go.
Brown drives, right hand up, no good. I'm going to say off the Bombers. Staying with the Jays. Waka going to check in. Grundemeyer to the bench. Lyle fights it free and gets the bucket.
Good strength by Erica to rip through that, finish.
I bet she got that from going to Brick House Fitness.
Absolutely.
Harder out to Waka. Waka drives to Landy. Good use of a screen.
Yeah, it's a moving screen is what it is.
Brown with the rebound.
It's made to look like a cut. It's kind of like offensive pass interference in football. I'm only going out for a pass. When you run into somebody, it's a moving screen. There's a reach.
That's going to be on Harder, her second.
Inadvertently or not inadvertently. If you run into a defender, it's a moving screen.
Sure, we'll see that called a time or two tomorrow and Sunday in some NFL playoff action. Lyle going to go to the bench.
Who's your team? You got anybody left?
You know, I grew up in eastern Iowa, so, you know, Bears fan.
Right.
I didn't learn any better than that.
Right, and I'm even dumber. I'm a Cowboys fan. And I didn't grow up in Texas.
I root for Hawkeyes, so guess the Lions.
There you go.
Shot up, no good. Kaylee Hansen rebound, put back, no good.
Kaylee didn't need to fade away there. She just needed to go straight up and finish that shot. You know, that's something she's going to get better at. She's a freshman. She had lots of time, and she's got a height advantage there.
Levy gets through the paint and gets to the bucket.
Big turn of events there. Have a chance to cut it to 3, and the lead goes to 7.
Berger and pump fake into the paint, dumps it off to Brown. Brown cross to Hansen.
Yeah.
Blue Jays on.
Go ahead.
Brian Miller.
Yep, Blue Jays hanging in there.
Mislin putting in some more minutes here. Haynes to the bench for a little bit. Muller drive. Over to Mislin. Back to Brown. Now Brown had it knocked away. Waka ends up with it. Muller commits the foul and probably saved a fast break. Freed coming in. Brown to the bench. One thing about the frequent substitutions, it gives your players no reason not to give it their all because they're going to get a break.
Well, and maybe a few more frequent substitutions tonight because of the
doubleheader
playing on back-to-backs.
Levy able to get her own rebound. Yeah. Oh, goodness.
Really strong play, really nice finish. She'll get another shot at an and one.
I was going to say that felt like it was a bailout on an out-of-control shot, but clearly she is more aware of her offensive prowess than I am. Free throw up and good for Reagan Levy. Up to 21 now for her. Dangerous pass. Waka intercepts. Miller with it. Over to Waka. Landy swings it around to Harder. Now into Levy in the paint. They're going to get Mislin on that one. That's 4 now, I believe, on Claire. Blue Jays are going to take a timeout. Come up with a strategy here to close this gap back up. Reminder, after the game, we will have a Vision Bank Player of the Game as well as a Brick House Fitness Protect This House Player of the Game. Two great sponsors. Vision Bank's been with us for a while now, and Brick House Fitness is a new addition this year. Always great to have the community support that we do here. Cheer squad up in front, trying to get the fans up and into it. Reminder, we'll have a varsity boys action after this, so don't go away. And if you're listening, I assume it's because you're sitting in Ankeny at our girls wrestling tournament over there, where we have 5 or 6, I think, wrestlers tonight competing with the Ankeny squad, because we have a varsity lineup and a JV lineup, so it got us a little more action tonight. Bombers to inbound underneath their own hoop. Levy comes around a screen and gets another bucket. Blue Jays have not had the answer for her as that pass is intercepted. There's a mid-range shot that I feel like we just don't quite have. So we're trying to make that extra pass, but we're not necessarily passing it to someone more open than us.
Yep. It's the old adage of why pass up a wide open 10-footer for a heavily contested 5-footer.
Miller over to Waka. Tipped away by Hansen, but it's going to end up in the hands of Miller. And now Levy's open, driving to the hoop. Right hand float up, and she does miss a shot. Berger in the rebound. Haynes ahead to Hansen. Gives up the flyby and gets the bucket. Levy into the paint. Kick out to Miller. Miller for 3, no good, but Harder's able to get the rebound. Layup is no good. Freed rebound that time. Now that pass was a little more effective. Out to Bergeron for an open 3. Good!
Right back in it.
Timeout. That's good, because I thought maybe they were going to get us out a little hand check there on that one. So
the three-point shot. I was having a conversation with somebody about this earlier. I think this is the 41st year of the three-point shot. I think it came back in it was the 83-84 season, so 41, 42 years, whatever it is. But it is in the state of Iowa. It's just changed the game. I mean, it's a different game, and of course we're talking about 40 years. A lot of things have changed in 40 years, but just the ability to gain ground in such a hurry in basketball, like any other sport, volleyball, football, you name it, is such a game of momentum. And if you're down 13 late in the game, and all of a sudden you have 3 straight trips down the floor where you make a 3, which is not an unusual thing, you're right back in it. So you're never out of a game, and now it just comes down to getting defensive stops. And again, number 11 in red is the one you got to control here.
Somehow getting their previous leading offensive weapon in foul trouble made their offense more effective, because Levy just stepped up her game to a new level.
Yep.
Waka with the right hand lay-in, saw a nice open lane and took it.
Yep. Really nice play.
Haynes to Freed. Freed up with it. Long rebound. Bergeron brings it back out to Haynes. Haynes with the 2-pointer. Good. I think Addison got hurt on that one.
Hurt her ankle.
Levy did get the bucket, getting her up to 25. And she's trying to tell Sarah she's fine.
Just like, I don't know if she rolled it, just kind of overextended a little bit. Maybe, you know, I hate to speculate. Maybe looking at her knee a little bit, but.
Well, you don't hit the floor that many times without beating up your knees a little bit.
Yeah.
So hopefully it's just ow, that hurt, not ow, that's a problem.
Just team foul number 3 on Ballard. So Blue Jays not yet to the line. Ballard will go to the free throw line on the next Blue Jay foul.
Bergeron came in off the block and is fouled.
Yeah, that's been a tie ball, a share ball, as we like to say earlier tonight, most of the night. But now both teams are in the bonus.
I wasn't confident she was going to be back established in play at that point. So. Haynes gets it into Hansen. And there's your held ball. It had been a little bit, like about the longest time we had this game.
It'd been a minute.
That's about the longest for the night. So Blue Jays have an open player out by the three-point line. Muller's there. Muller for a long three off the front of the rim, and that's going to be out of bounds off Levy. Bergeron to inbound. To Haynes. Hansen with it. Other side. Bergeron for three. Up and no good. And I'm going to say that one's staying with the Blue Jays. That was a tough call. I have no idea who it was going to be off of. Hansen to inbound this one. To Muller out top. Back into Hansen. Hansen now up with the left hand, not able to complete that one. Johnson with another rebound. Got away with a reach there. Not going to get away with it again. We might have been trying to foul. Third on Kaylee. And sends Waka to the line. Waka, a 50% free throw shooter. You know, with the number of people we've said are a 50% free throw shooter, you'd swear we were just making up stats up here. I swear, these are officially official. Addison Brown coming back into the game. Can't keep her off the court.
It's good to see.
Bombers trying to push this to a double-digit lead. Second free throw, no good. Addison Brown gets a rebound. And Johnson knocks that one out of bounds. Makes sure she didn't negatively impact our young students on the bench there.
One of our ball girls.
Haynes to inbound to Hansen. Hansen to Freed, now Muller. Haynes gets it to Brown. Brown. Levy knocked that one away, and it goes out of bounds. And we're going to get a timeout, the Bombers. So 41 seconds left, a 9-point game. Not sure you have a great strategy for this.
Yeah.
But the free throw percentages help there because if you can hit a bucket or two, your ability to trade buckets for free throw attempts.
Right, and I don't didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good.
We're not typically a pressing team, but right now I think what you try to do is get a steal off an inbound pass, maybe a quick trap in the backcourt, and you can't let a lot of time tick off the clock. You can't let 10 seconds tick off the clock. You need to foul before then, but you want to pick up full court pressure, try to get a steal, maybe the first pass, and then you got to go to foul, and then you're just playing that foul to catch up game, and then you got to make quick layups or 3-point shots.
And Mueller commits the immediate foul. Not positive that's our preferred choice to send to the line with the way Levy's been shooting tonight, but sometimes you don't have a great option there either.
Right.
First one up is short. Brown going to check back in. Lyle to the bench. Second one, no good. And that's a lane violation.
Yep. She knew it was off out of her hand and got there before the ball hit the rim.
I think the trick is you got to take 2 steps back and then run and try to tip dunk it.
That's
my strategy.
I've seen that. I've seen you do that.
Off a trampoline and a 6-foot hoop. Moeller for 3, going to be banks it in.
Well, the strategy's worked so far. Morgan's first bucket of the game.
Meisland going to check in to play a little defense here on the press.
That's 9 3-pointers for the Blue Jays tonight. And most nights you would say that's probably going to get you a W.
Yeah,
but
they've really packed in the defense in the paint, though, causing a low number of buckets there. Yeah. Maybe a little magic still.
There could be.
Go get your Lucky Charms and see what you can do.
Again, same strategy applies. Get a quick steal or a quick foul. Come back and bank in a 3.
Now, last time on the free throws, the Bombers didn't have any rebounders there. Would you stick with that strategy at 6 points?
Boy, that's it depends. I don't know his team well enough to say what I would do. Like you have to have some pretty cerebral people that you can trust. There's a steal. Keep her in that trap. Nope. Called the foul.
You got a little swipe up with the hand there. It's gonna be 4 on Addison. All this half.
Yeah, and to your point, the Ballard coach has said we're gonna keep our team off the line here, and it's a bonus situation, so you don't want to foul like you could at the free throw line.
Waka hits that one. Checking in Grundemeyer for Landy and Freed for Meisland, trading a little offense for defense there. They're telling Claire, don't get too far down the bench. You're going to be going back in here in a second.
Ooh, I can't believe that wasn't called a lane violation.
Haynes, pull up 3 off the front of the rim. No good. Loose ball. Kaylee Hansen dives for it. Freed for 3. That's no good. Rebound, Waka.
And now it's pretty academic.
That foul is on Morgan. That's her 5th. Meisland comes back in. Waka to the line for 2. Bombers up by 7. Makes that 8. Waka hitting some clutch free throws here as a freshman on the line. Hits them both. Haynes to Hansen, kick out Freed. Penley 3-pointer is off the rim. Hansen rebound, and that's going to bring us to the end of the ball game. Bombers victorious 52-43. Bombers led by Reagan Levy, who had a really tremendous second half, ending up with 25 points, 16 in the second half. Just didn't quite have the answer for her tonight. Had, just layups, a lot of them.
A lot of driving hard to the basket, especially early in that second half. She just kind of got set up in an isolation situation where Ballard coach did a nice job getting her on one side of the floor with her teammates, and with no help defense there, she was just like in a one-on-one situation.
So as we look for post-game awards here, let me give you some stats. I got Kaylee Hansen with 7 points and 4 rebounds. Tiara Bergen with 6 points and 4 rebounds. We got 4 and 7 for Erica Lyle, 3 and 3 for Tenley Freed, 3 and 8 for Addison Brown, 3 and 2 for Morgan Muller, and I had, is that 17? Is that what you had for Aubrey Haynes?
Yeah.
So 17 points for Aubrey Haynes as your leading scorer. So we'll give you a start with the Brickhouse Fitness Protect This House Player of the Game.
Well, we talked about her a lot during the game. Addison Brown's just, and again, we could. A lot of nights this award could just be named after her, but a lot of hustle, plays with a lot of passion. She's I don't know what kind of vocal leader she might be, but she leads by example. And if her teammates take her cue, they're going to be hustling and working hard, and she just never gives up on any play.
So Brickhouse Fitness Player of the Game going to be Addison Brown. By the way, Brickhouse Fitness, there's a sauna in that locker room after that type of effort and hitting the floor that many times. That might feel really good.
Yep.
For your Vision Bank Player of the Game, it's tough not to go with Aubrey Haynes. She ended up with 5 3-pointers, 17 points, and really when she was firing, that's when they were in the game, and she had a harder time getting her shot off in the second half, and that really, not that and the Bombers kind of getting a little more offensive, but that was your difference maker between the first half and second half. So I'm going to go Aubrey Haynes, Vision Bank Player of the Game. Vision Bank, see what we can do for you tonight. For the girls, that's the wrong side of the ball game, but we'll come back in about 13 minutes with some boys action. So go Jays. right. Welcome back and get ready for game 2 of this doubleheader. Boys action here. Your Blue Jays coming in 6-4 overall, 5-3 in conference, and the visiting Bombers ranked number 1, undefeated on the season, 9-0 overall, 8-0 in conference. Bombers being led by Jude Gibson, Jackson Brown. They really have 4 players in double digits with Parker Miller and Easton Ursuland as well, so really well-rounded. Blue Jays being led by Hudson McConnell with 18 points a game, Cole Miller and Drake Falscraft right around 11, Jersey Simonson with 7, and we've seen Drake really kind of pick it up offensively the last few games and really kind of own the paint a little bit more, and Hudson looking to rebound off probably one of his lower scoring offensive games. What are you looking for? Well, how do we shut down number 1?
You get their starters in foul trouble. That might be a good starter, and that seriously could help. I mean, you got to be aggressive offensively. You got to look to get to the free throw line. That's maybe something the Blue Jays didn't do a lot of last night, is get to the free throw line. They didn't really attack the middle of that Roosevelt defense. And otherwise, I mean, to beat a great team like this, a number 1 team, you got to play your best, and that goes for guy 1 through 8, 9, 10, however many Blue Jays play. The guys on the bench need to be fired up. Like, it's got to be a total team effort. Like, Miller and McConnell having good games tonight, it's not going to be enough. You've got to have the whole crew really pick it up and produce. And, I really love what Drake Falscraft's been doing. Jersey Simonson also to an extent. Like, those 2 guys have really been contributors. So maybe now, how about that 5th, 6th, and 7th guy? What about them, and how can they contribute? It doesn't have to be points, hustle plays, rebounds, and so forth. So that's kind of what it comes down to for me.
I like it. Looking at starting lineups, first for the Bombers, at guard, sophomore, number 4, Parker Miller. At guard, junior, number 11, Dylan Schoen. At guard, senior, number 14, Miles Mudd. At guard, senior, number 21, Jackson Brown. And at guard, junior, number 23, Jude Gibson. For your Blue Jays, at forward, senior, number 11, Jersey Simonson. At forward, sophomore, number 15, Drake Falscraft. At forward, senior, number 20, Hudson McConnell. At guard, senior, number 25, Cole Miller. And at guard, senior, number 42, Ryder Miller. There's going to be a lot of Miller action in the house.
Yep.
Ryder Miller looking to maybe be one of those guys you were looking for to step up and play a key role tonight. He was our Brickhouse Fitness Player of the Game last night for his efforts, and looking to see that same type of overall game from him tonight. The Bombers, I don't believe, had a game last night, so they aren't playing back-to-back at the doubleheader, which not an excuse for any type of play, but definitely a piece of action where you don't play a lot of doubleheader, back-to-back nights in high school, and so it's different. Parker Miller able to get that opening tip. Jude Gibson with it.
Blue Jays in a man-to-man.
Miller turn into the paint. Shot up and no good for Mudd. Jersey Simonson already with the rebound. McConnell for 3 off the side of the rim. Jude Gibson rebounds, and he will push the pace anytime he can.
Yeah, just an errant pass there. I remember Jude Gibson coming in here as a freshman a couple of years ago against our undefeated state tournament team and thinking he's a pretty good player. He's going to be a good one going to be a problem for 4 years.
Miller with a nice dump off the Falscraft and the finish. Really great activity there from Cole to create that.
One thing that sticks out on the page is this Ballard team shoots under 30% from the three-point line, so they really want to get most of what they want in that lane area. Good job by Jersey there, just staying on the floor, not going for a shot block.
Now back out to Miller. Miller trying to drive. Turn, left hand hook shot the other way and gets the finish.
Kind of a horse shot out of Parker Miller there.
Foul is on McConnell. Miller hits the free throw.
Ballard with extending their defense there.
Miller picks it up, open three, off the back, no good. Parker Miller rebound. Miller tries to take it away from Miller. Jude Gibson long three, that's good. I think he heard what you said about him.
Yeah, took it personally.
Simonson has it knocked away by Gibson. Over to Miller. Into Falsgraf with the double team. Back out to McConnell. McConnell at the free throw line. No good. Gibson going to get the rebound. Float game. Good.
They like to score off their defense, and a little bit of a different kind of defensive look than what the Blue Jays saw last night against Roosevelt. All that length and size that Roosevelt had. Ballard doesn't have that, but they do have quickness. They anticipate. They like to double team the basketball. That's how they kind of feed off of that with their defense, turning it into offense.
Falsgraf, pump fake over to Miller. Miller drives into Miller. Simonson for three, off the rim, no good. Loose ball, Ryder Miller rebound, put back, no good. McConnell rebound. Awkward angle, gets the shot up and is fouled. Foul is on Jackson Brown.
A lot of extra effort and hustle there on the offensive boards. That's the kind of thing you need if you're going to hang around in this contest.
McConnell to the line for two. Gets the first one. Anytime you can get your scorer to the line, feel that ball go through a few times. Really, really nice start.
Yep.
Hits them both. Gibson working around the screen, left hand, no good on the layup. Cole Miller rebound. Ryder Miller tries to get into Falsgraf, knocked away by Jackson Brown.
Yeah, good idea. That's just a really long bounce pass to execute up there from that angle into the post.
Now Bryce Miller and Caden Agina coming in. Gibson and Brown to the bench. So we currently have four Millers on the court. Bryce and Parker, Cole and Ryder. Hudson with the delayed shot up, and Agina went up for the foul. Ryder Miller going to get called for it.
You got a 2 in 5 chance of the foul being on a Miller.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's 40% for those trying to do math at home.
There. That 40% is better than a fraction, I guess. Ooh, almost a walk.
Miller passes to Miller. Miller for three, off the front of the rim. No good. Falsgraf rebound. And going to get the foul that time. On Miles Mudd, his first.
And so far the Bomber pressure has been all man-to-man. We'll see if they change that up a little bit. Right now they're just kind of fully extending that man-to-man defense.
Shown out on Cole. Simonson off of Miller's leg. Miller going to go in. Miller with the defense. Miller with the finish. Must be some crazy basketball games when they go have any type of family outing. McConnell's pass out of bounds. And Jackson Brown and Jude Gibson coming back in along with Jackson Scott for the first time. Mudd, Schoen, and Bryce Miller to the bench. Jude Gibson. Kick out, shot up, and no good from Jackson Brown. Simonson into Falsgraf, tipped away by Brown. Double team out to Ryder Miller, around to Cole. Miller for three, no good. Falsgraf rebound, put back.
Nice job by Drake. Nice job getting the ball reversed too.
Agena for a long three, no good. McConnell comes back in to get that rebound and then turns off to the races. A little pressure from the Bombers, gets it over to Ryder Miller.
Got to pass with purpose against a team that plays defense this well. Blue Jays done a pretty good job taking care of the ball. A couple of errant passes into the post.
McConnell passes it out to Falsgraf. Falsgraf for three, no good. Rebound, Jackson Scott. Gibson coming back the other way. Into the paint, kick out. Agena for another three. That one's good. McConnell gets to the other side, and he's going to be fouled by Jackson Scott. His first, team's third. McConnell free throw is good. So Jackson Brown and Parker Miller to the bench. Bryce Miller and Miles Mudd into the game. McConnell's second free throw coming. That one's good as well. Gina Miller for three. That one's good. That one's Bryce Miller this time. Albright not able to control that one. Boone Albright came into the game on that last one for Ryder Miller.
Yeah, that pass was pretty hot, but probably one he should have caught. Could have caught.
Bryce Miller with the ball. Jackson Scott. Miller. Gibson tries to avoid Cole Miller. Pull up three off the front of the rim. No good. Miles Mudd with the hustle rebound. Then pulls up for three. That one's off. Boone Albright goes up with the rebound. Dumps it off McConnell. McConnell with the 2-point finish.
Nice job there. A 2-on-1. Always want to convert on those advantage fast break points.
Scott over to Bryce Miller. Gina on the cut. Loose ball. Falsgraf slows it down. Gives it to McConnell. McConnell with the right hand.
Good choice by Drake Falsgraf. You know, he probably could have tried to dribble out for a layup there, but made the wise decision to dish off to his speedy teammate.
Gibson for three. Good. His second three of the game. Albright pulling two defenders with him. Back to Cole now. Gets it to Falsgraf. So don't get your legs crossed. Miller with a long three.
Big answer there. Big answer. Let's see if they can get a stop here and keep it at 4 to end the quarter.
Gibson for a long three with the answer. He apparently feels good from that distance.
Yep. coming into the game, shooting 17.4% from three. And I think he was 3 for 4. I think he did miss one, maybe two, but he's got the hot hand. And, you kind of like being at that 19-15 score instead of 22-15. But not a bad quarter at all for the Blue Jays. Took advantage of some Bomber turnovers, converted them into layups there towards the end of the half. Hanging in there. This Bomber team has a lot of different ways to beat you, kind of a death by 1,000 cuts sort of thing. So you can't take your foot off the gas against them.
We'll take this opportunity to thank our sponsor for Blue Jay basketball broadcast, Jeff Meisland with Principal Financial. Jeff and his team help individuals, families, and businesses with retirement planning and strategy, investments, college funding, life, long-term disability, and long-term care insurance, and other financial products and strategies. Feel free to email or call for a complimentary consultation, or if you have any questions, 515-246-4057 or meisland.jeff@principal.com. Blue Jays have 2 Millers, Falsgraf, McConnell, and Albright to start the quarter. For the Bombers, they're going to have Parker Miller, Jackson Scott, Jackson Brown. Number 30 checking in for the first time is Lincoln Miller, along with number 14, Miles Mudd. Oh, I'm sorry, number 11, Dylan Schoen, not Miles Mudd. Miles is on the bench. Jump ball. Parker Miller picks it up, gets it ahead to Lincoln Miller.
More Millers.
More Millers. Lincoln Miller for 3 off the front of the rim, no good. Boone Albright, not a Miller, with the rebound.
Strong rebound by Boone.
And they're going to get Dylan Schoen with the foul on that one with the arm grab. Good student section in here for both teams.
Good crowd.
Oh. Neon out, I believe, for the Bombers. Mr. Gibson doing his own officiating out. He's in stripes over there on the bench.
Kind of ironic that he's in stripes.
Ryder Miller to Cole Miller. Falsgraf. Oh. Boy, that definitely looked like it was knocked away by the Bombers. We'll see if the side official has anything to say.
He does. The call.
Which is fair. That was a tough angle for the official under the hoop, so good teamwork out of those two.
Drake's kind of a flatliner. He doesn't get too high or too low, but he definitely was not in agreement with that call.
Entry pass to Falsgraf. Going to be a foul on the ground on Jackson Scott, his second. Cole Miller to inbound, out to Ryder Miller. Gets it to McConnell. To Cole Miller. Schoen gets the ball knocked away, but gets it back. Ryder Miller now driving on his cousin. And there's a lot of contact, but I'm not sure what they're going with here.
Jackson Scott.
Okay, so that's going to be third on him. Albright and Ryder Miller to the bench. Simonson and Max Simmons into the game for the Jays. Gibson and Mudd back in along with Agina for the Bombers. Agina with the ball, slows it down. Gibson with a long two, good. He's up to 13 now.
Ballard does a really tremendous job just guarding the basketball, getting into a stance, active hands on the dribbler.
Miller with the three, no good, loose ball, hit about 6 hands. Max Simmons gets the rebound. Cole picks it up.
There's the hand that caused the foul, though. That's a bonus.
It's on Parker Miller.
Or that's just the fourth, okay.
Cole Miller to McConnell. Gibson knocks it away, gets it back over to Cole Miller. Simonson, turn, up, hard. Going to be to the line for 2. That foul is on Cade Najina, his first foul. Simonson not able to get the first one. Second one up and good for Jersey. Gibson over to Parker Miller. Mudd for 3. That's good. What were you saying earlier about them not shooting threes?
Well, like I said, this is a shooter's gym. It really is, and I think teams love to come in here and shoot the ball. Like, part of it could be defense, and part of it could be just a good shooting background.
Cole Miller with Parker Miller on him. Picks it up, gets it to Simonson. Simonson right hand, no good. Falsgraf digs it back out. Cole Miller for 3, good. Good strong rebound by Falsgraf there, able to get it back out to Cole. Blue Jays needed that.
Yeah, good answer there. Get you back within 10. You still feel like you're kind of hanging in there. Boy, Ballard, they do. They put so much pressure on the ball handler. They get into passing lanes. They deny the ball into the post. They're just really impressive defensive team. And I know this is a Blue Jay broadcast, but there's a reason they're the number 1 team in the state right now. You got to tip your hat sometimes, and that doesn't mean we're out of the game because it's our home gym, and stranger things have happened. Much stranger things have happened.
And there's not a lot of off nights in the Raccoon River Conference.
No, there's
tough teams everywhere.
Yep. So you never answered my question about you said you're cheering for Iowa teams. Does that mean you're cheering for the Lions?
The Lions have the most of them.
The most Iowa guys.
Yep.
Okay. Couple of linebackers, tight end.
The Chiefs have several too, but the Chiefs have won enough. The Lions haven't won ever.
I'm all in on the Bills, I think, which means they're going to lose.
They got Epinesa over there.
Yeah.
And Micah Hyde, I think, is back on the practice squad.
I think he might be on the active squad again.
Is he back to the active one?
I think he might be. I'm not going to say that with any great certainty.
Speaking of active squad, Jude Gibson not quite able to finish that one, but a real strong attempt. Falsgraf going to be his first foul.
Yeah, and if you're the Blue Jays right now, you know, this is that last 3 or 4 minutes of a half where, you know, you want to stay within reaching distance. You know, what's reaching distance? You know, 10, 11, 12 points, no more than that against a really, really good team that knows how to win at this point in the season.
Bryce Miller back in. Gibson second one, no good. Falsgraf rebound. Ignore that little buzzer. Cole hangs, not able to finish. Bryce Miller gets the rebound. Simonson down. Bryce Miller. Gibson. Jackson Brown, right hand. No finish, but Gibson's able to get the rebound, brings it back out. Simonson and Parker Miller fighting down there low. Simonson got the arm. Ryder Miller going to come back in, as well as Boone Albright. Caden Nagina back in for the Bombers. Simonson and Simmons to the bench for the Jays. Dylan Schoen to the bench for the Bombers.
Right now, Coach Evans is trying to keep his guys fresh.
Jackson Brown, long steps, goes down hard. Falscraft probably don't need to help him up in the middle of the play.
He leads the Falscraft family in helping people up off the floor, though.
Falscraft with a good rebound.
Nice rebound. And if he can rebound like that, then we'll take that.
That's first foul on Gibson. Jude, not Josh.
Gibson wearing that official's jersey is kind of like a foul.
Mudd and Schoen into the game. Jackson Brown and Parker Miller to the bench. Falscraft second free throw up and good. He's got 5 in the half. Points, not free throws. Gibson looking to drive on Miller. Tough fade, gets the bank. Cole Miller drives, hangs, finish. He's up to 8. Getting Albright on that one. Jackson Brown and Parker Miller back in after a very short break. Right now they got 6 players, so okay, Bryce Miller's going to be the odd man out. So I feel like if you get to play with 6 players, that would probably help you stay undefeated. Depends on the 6 players, I guess,
well,
but
yeah.
They've got some pretty good players.
Yeah,
so
say that.
They're going to get Ryder Miller on the foul on Parker Miller. Simonson going to come in. Ryder Miller to the bench with 2 fouls. Mudd inbounds. Jackson Brown in the corner. Not running on empty.
Nope.
McConnell goes up. Step through and no good on the finish. Simonson gets the rebound. They're waving off the shot. Foul on the ground. I probably think that's true. Foul on Mudd, his second. Is he not quite able to get that free throw? Lincoln Miller coming in for Miles Mudd.
Bluejays definitely doing a good job of getting to the foul line. This is their 10th attempt against only 3 for Ballard, I should say. So they're winning that battle, but not always able to convert.
Simonson sets it on the back, not able to finish it. Parker Miller saves it. Gibson now coming across. Jackson Brown for 3. That one's going to be an air ball. Cole Miller rebound. And he's going to look to push pace. Gets it to McConnell for 3. Off the rim, no good. Lincoln Miller with the rebound. And they're getting Simonson on a foul on that one. Yep. They're going to get Jersey on that one.
It's his second. So looks like Coach Evans is going to stick with him here. Now, both teams are going to shoot free throws the rest of the half on any foul. Is this a relative also?
I don't think so, but probably. I thought there was only 2 cousins on the team. Lincoln Miller hits that free throw. Lincoln Miller going to go to the bench. Little Miller change. Schoen saves it, gets it to Parker Miller, and they're going to get a foul. He'll go to the line for 2. A foul is going to be on Obright, his second. Parker Miller, 61% free throw shooter. Gets that one. Second one coming for Parker, hits them both. Now Lincoln Miller going to check back in for Bryce Miller.
Stay in that pressure look.
Cole has Gibson on him. Gibson knocked it away, allowing Miller to dribble again. Falsgraf back over to Miller. McConnell. 15 seconds on the clock. Cole Miller out top. Long 3, no good. Jackson Brown comes in for the rebound. Parker Miller, crossover, drive, hesitation, shot up, no good. Drake Falsgraf rebound over to Obright. Cole Miller with it, drives, free throw line out to Falsgraf for 3, off the front of the rim, no good. Obright got the first tip, Gibson gets the rebound. Hesitation, shot up, no good. Falsgraf with another rebound.
Yeah, I haven't seen Gibson miss many from point blank like that.
Or really from any place else. McConnell with the ball, step through, right hand, tough finish. Ooh,
a lot of contact.
A lot of contact. Lincoln Miller gets the rebound. Jackson Brown, spin move, no good. Place might have erupted if they called a foul on that side after they didn't go in the other way. Shot clock is off.
Yeah, there's a hand check right there. You know, it's pretty amazing. That could be called almost every possession. And it's probably the right call. Just seems strangely timed amidst all the other contact that we've seen.
Cole hits the first. That puts him up to 9. Lincoln Miller going to the bench. Shown to the bench. Gina and Mudd into the game. Jersey Simonson going to go to the bench. Got Simmons and Obright out here at the top. Cole hits them both. He's up to 10. McConnell going to give a little bit of pressure just to slow it down, so Gibson has to pick it up. 10 seconds remaining in the first half. Gibson looking to get to the paint, throws it off of Parker Miller.
That's white ball.
White ball, 1.9 seconds.
You'd like to get a look at the basket here, but you really just don't want to turn it over.
Bryce Miller into the game. Miles Mudd to the bench. Try to get your motion as you receive it going up court, and maybe you got a chance. That's going to be a tough one, but it's got a chance off the backboard, and we'll go into halftime with the Bombers leading 24-36, and we'll be back for the second half action. Go Jays! All right, welcome back to second half action here in Bondurant. Blue Jays trailing 24-36 at halftime. Bombers with 16 points from Jude Gibson, another 7 from Parker Miller. Blue Jays led by Cole Miller with 10, 8 from Hudson McConnell, 5 from Drake Falsgraf. Falsgraf also chiming in with 9 rebounds in the first half. Did get a little clarification that, everybody that's a Miller is related some way, but It's actually Lincoln and Parker that are brothers, and Bryce is their cousin.
Okay. It's all so clear. It just all makes so much sense to me now.
Foul on Schoen. Connell to the line for 2. First one up and good for Hudson. That's how we started the first half with him at the free throw line.
Okay.
Going to need a little bit different results in some other spots along the way, though. Gina in. Schoen to the bench. McConnell, second shot pending. Gets the shooter's touch.
Perfect
or the home bounce, however you want to look at it.
Perfect 6 for 6 from the line. Gets him into double figures.
Gibson coming around that screen. Kick out. Mudd. Drives. They're going to get Falsgraf on the delayed foul.
Yeah.
It was a pretty late call.
Late call. Smart play by Mudd. Kind of leaned into Drake. It's that whole verticality thing. And
I actually thought he might have took a little step there before he drove, but.
Hey, real quick, shout out to, I couldn't find her in the crowd the last 2 nights, Murphy Evans. She's been home sick, Coach Evans' daughter, and shout out to her. Hope she's feeling better. I think she might have a big game tomorrow, so I bet she'll be ready to go.
Yeah, a lot of that sickness and crud going around, the influenza A and all that other stuff, so. Hydrate well, lots of vitamins. Wash your hands a lot, I guess. Parker Miller, shot no good. Falsgraf into double-digit rebounds now. McConnell to Ryder Miller. Kick out Cole Miller. Slows it back down. Falsgraf set up in the paint with a double team. Simonson for 3. Good!
Got it.
Good kick out from Drake. Way to finish it from Jersey. The old ball coach is happy when the ball goes in and then comes back out to an open player, I bet. Jackson Brown. Kajina, pump fake. Right hand. McConnell might even got a piece of that, but it didn't matter. Caden Agina with a nice finish. Now Bombers with some pressure. Falsgraf over to Simonson, around to Cole Miller. Ryder back to Cole. McConnell. McConnell with the long 2, no good. Falsgraf, tough rebound and put back.
Yeah.
Holds the guy off with one hand. Definitely not something his dad could ever do.
Oh, well, there's a travel. Oh, goodness gracious. Official put his hand up.
He literally told people, no, that's not a travel.
Okay. Ball don't lie right there.
Cole Miller dumps it off to Simonson, and a block from Parker Miller. And then Jackson Brown finishes on the other end.
Yeah, big turn of events there.
Parker Miller on Ryder Miller. And just a little off on the pass.
Yeah, Ryder showing a little frustration. He's got to kind of get that channeled. Take a deep breath. He's got a minute. Brings a lot of intensity, a lot of energy to the floor.
Jackson Brown drives, gets to the hoop. Covered a lot of ground on that step. Falsgraf, good job coming back to get that one. Now cross court to Simonson.
And Ballard really extending that defense to the full 84 feet right now.
McConnell has Gibson on him. 2-point up and good for McConnell.
Nice job by Hudson. Just gathered himself.
And they're going to call Albright on the blocking foul. His father is flabbergasted by that call. He's sitting on the bench throwing his hands up calmly, but where is that?
What do you got to do kind of thing?
Yeah. Mudd to Parker Miller. To Gibson. Has Albright on him. Swinging around the outside. Gibson trying to post up on Albright. Parker Miller drives. Albright stepped in, knocked it away, but not able to control it.
Good help there. 16 on the shot clock now for Ballard.
Gina inbounds high to Gibson. And dribbles it off Albright's foot. Parker Miller with it. Now down under 10 seconds on the shot clock. Bryce Miller with Cole Miller on him. Now Parker Miller drives and gets the finish around Simonson. Tough bucket to get. They say Parker Miller knocks that one out. We're going to get Jackson Brown and Jackson Scott back in. Gina and Miles Mudd to the bench. Cole, Albright, McConnell in the corner. Back to Albright. Has Simonson on the other side. Up with the bucket.
Good finish by Jersey there. Took his time. Little shot fake. Coach Evans takes a quick timeout. Bluejays hanging around. They were down 12 at half. They got it at 10. The longer you can stay in this game, the more you start to believe, and things sometimes tighten up for an opposing team as the crowd gets involved in the game. If you can just chip away.
Good replay work there from Garrett Von Steen down on the court level on Boone's pass. Libby Huff up here on the main camera. Blue Jay Digital Squad killing it as always.
Ballard is a team that you just kind of sense as their opponent gets closer and closer, they tighten up their defense. Like they just ratchet up their defense. And that, like, we saw that 2 years ago with our undefeated state championship team, and I'm not Ballard hasn't won that yet. Like, they got a long ways to go, but you just kind of sense they have that same kind of mentality. We'll see. They got a 10-point lead here. We'll see if Blue Jays continue to get stops. I like the defensive effort that Boone Albright's come out with here in the second half, and keep rebounding the ball. Keep getting good possessions on offense.
Bombers have the ball with Bryce Miller, Jackson Scott, Jackson Brown, Jude Gibson, and Parker Miller on the court. Blue Jays counter with Boone, Albright, Hudson McConnell, Drake Falsgraf, Cole Miller, and Jersey Simonson.
Good job by Boone there again. Just being disruptive, tipping a pass out of bounds.
Comes in, knocks that one off of Parker Miller. They're going to say that's staying Bombers ball. Boone, though, making some great hustle defensive plays here, just helping down when he can and making it difficult to maintain control. Parker Miller out to Bryce Miller, back to Parker Miller. Cross court. Jackson to Jackson. Jackson in the paint. Step. And
oh, goodness. Coach Evans is asking for travel, and I felt like at one point during that move, it sure seemed like he changed his pivot feet, like made a good move, kind of did that extension half euro thing, but then it looked like he changed pivot feet. Could have went the other way, but instead he's got 2 free throws. He makes the first.
Schoen and Mudd going into the game. Jackson Scott and Jude Gibson to the bench. Jackson Brown makes the second.
I feel like Jackson Brown's been playing forever, too.
It's because you want to make a musical reference every time he touches the ball.
Well, I've refrained tonight. You're the one that did that. So.
Well, I didn't say it was a bad thing. I'm just saying why it's so memorable. Falsgraf with the step through.
Drake with 9 to go along with his double-digit rebounds, nearing that double-double territory like he was in last night.
Bryce Miller for 3, not a great shot. Falsgraf is not able to get to that one.
Just couldn't quite grab that with 2 hands. Everything's got to be done solid and with a purpose if you want to beat these undefeated Bombers tonight.
Mudd to inbound. Trying to get it to Parker Miller. He does in the corner, trying to drive on Simonson. Switches. That, again, looked like he might have switched pivot feet, but he might just be moving faster than my eyes work. I don't know.
Giving a warning to the bench here, maybe?
That would make sense. He was pointing over there. He's telling the bench they need to sit down. They can't stand the whole time. Only the head coach can stand and walk around.
Okay, this is a zone pressure look here.
Over right to McConnell. To Simonson, back to Miller. Falsgraf drawing a double team there. Parker collapsing down way on him. Hudson McConnell shut up, no good. Bryce Miller rebound. Parker Miller shot up and no good. And what are we calling here?
I think
going
Miller
on the Bombers.
Yep, I think it's on Lincoln Miller.
Lincoln Miller.
Boone just careless with the pass.
Bryce Miller able to finish that.
Done a ton of things great defensively here. Great pass.
Nice dump off.
Makes up for that. Good.
Jackson Brown to Schoen. Falsgraf, rebound. Put that one on repeat. Cole Miller to McConnell. McConnell now trying to drive on Lincoln Miller. Dumps it out to Falsgraf. Cross court to Albright. Has Lincoln Miller on him. Schoen steps in front of that one. And Parker Miller able to rebound it. Bryce Miller gets the bucket. Cole Miller calls timeout in the corner. In a dangerous spot here.
Yep. Good timeout. And probably, again, with the fatigue of playing on back-to-back nights, not a bad opportunity to catch a breath, especially when you're in trouble and you're probably going to give up a turnover.
Sometimes when you're trying to catch your breath, it comes down to money too.
Yeah.
If you're trying to figure out how to handle your money a little better, whether whatever's going on in life, Jeff Meislin with Principal Financial sponsoring this broadcast is a great option to help you out with that. Jeff and his team help individuals, families, and businesses with retirement planning and strategy, investments, college funding, life, long-term disability, and long-term care insurance, and other financial products and strategies. So feel free to email or call for a complimentary consultation, or if you have any questions, 515-246-4057, Meislin.jeff@principal.com. Two great ways to get a hold of him as McConnell goes into the lane for two.
That was a kind of a must-need bucket moment right there. So good job by Hudson.
And Gibson throws that one away from some pressure defense from Boone Albright. Miller to McConnell, pump fake in the corner, triple team, step through, not able to finish it. Miles Mudd rebound. McConnell with a little pressure on Mudd. And Albright's going to get a little too far into the body. That's going to be 4 on him, I believe. And Max Simmons preparing to come in and check in for Albright.
Boone giving a lot of effort there. Really solid quarter from him defensively.
Bombers timeout. Jake Trusty, senior, out to meet all the players coming off the court. Reminder, after the game, we will have a Brick House Fitness Protect This House Player of the Game. Brick House Fitness located right here in Bondurant. A great option for whatever type of health needs you're trying to improve on, whether that's some strength work and you got benches and squats and all that stuff, or you want to get some cardio. You got, I believe, 3 different types of exercise bikes and treadmills, one or two with massive incline that scare the heck out of me. Some step climbers, just a lot of options there. Personally, go sit in the sauna. I think that's a great option as well. And then they also have a basketball court that there's some options to rent out, and if you need to get basketball practice in or something like that, right here in town. And they also employ a lot of youth. I appreciate businesses that help get our students kick-started in their employment.
What parent doesn't love their kid making a few bucks?
Maybe it gets them a discount at the gym, too, so they can go get a workout in as well. Shot clock is off. Now, shouldn't that be counting? I was going to say, because he's holding the ball. Gibson crossover, kick out into the corner for Bryce Miller. 3 is no good. Agena tries to rebound, put back. Miles Mudd shot is no good, thank goodness, because that was really close to being in.
A lot of opportunities.
So that was an even quarter.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we needed to make up some ground probably that quarter. But.
Yeah, 12 points is going to be a lot to ask. But, I like the focus, the effort, much better than last night. And, again, playing that non-conference game the night before you play the _1 team in the state that's tough. And that's not an excuse, but it's just, some years that back-to-back on the schedule maybe doesn't look so bad. But in a year like this when you're playing the #1 team, the advantage is both games are home, but challenging for sure. And I like the effort and the intensity the team's played with. I think their offensive possessions have been better tonight, even though they don't always have a lot to show for it. It's a really good defensive Ballard team.
Mudd, Gibson, Schoen, Parker Miller, and Jackson Brown on the court for the Bombers. Simmons, Faltzgraff, McConnell, Ryder Miller, and Cole Miller on the court. Parker Miller in the paint. Turn, right hand up and good.
He's tough to handle in the post. And
they're going to get Gibson on the push that time, just his second foul. It's a game low 3 Millers on the court. I don't think there's been a time when we've had less than 3. Cole Miller with it. Looking to get it into Faltzgraff. Now swings it over to Ryder Miller, who has it go off his foot. Gibson brings it up court, over to Mudd. Back to Gibson. Into Parker Miller. McConnell takes that one away. Good job playing through the ball. McConnell turned, right hand blocked by Mudd, out of bounds, staying with the Jays. Jersey Simonson going to check in. Ryder Miller going to go to the bench.
You know, Miles Mudd only averaging 4 points a game, but you can see just kind of the glue kind of guy he is defensively. Just one of those players that makes the rest of his team better.
A problematic pitcher as well if you're facing him. McConnell into Falsgraf. Falsgraf secures it up with the bucket. No good, but is fouled and will go to the line for 2. As he collected it, just ended up a little too far under the basket, but still got the shot up. 3rd foul on Miles Mudd.
You know, last year we saw the growth that Tanner Berggren made from his junior to senior year. Seeing that same kind of growth and maturity in Drake Falsgraf, you know, really I would say from last year to this year, the Blue Jays' most improved player, and they needed that. You know, they needed that 3rd option offensively, and he's really, really done a nice job and just getting better and better every night. And he should be a better than 71% or 61% free throw shooter. He's 3 for 4 tonight, so hopefully that'll inch that percentage up a little bit for him.
Gibson left hand up. No good. Falsgraf with another rebound. Knocked away by Mudd. Onto the line. Bomber student section excited about that.
Just active hands. They just don't make it easy for you.
Parker Miller drives into the paint, kicks the ball over to Miles Mudd. A little soccer practice going on. Gibson, Shoshone saves it back out to Mudd for 3, and that's good. Like you said, he doesn't score a lot, but it's not because he can't. McConnell to the ground. I would have thought that was probably a reach on one of the guys earlier, but he's going to stay with the Jays. Mr. Anderson with the broom.
He does it all.
Lincoln Miller, Bryce Miller, Cade Nagina into the game. Miles Mudd, Jude Gibson, and Dylan Schoen to the bench. Max Simmons in for the Jays.
Not your full complement of Millers, but pretty close.
Cole Miller for 3. It's good.
Good chance of Miller's going to score.
Parker Miller now drives, kick out. Lincoln Miller for 3. In and out. Gina, rebound, put back, no good. Simonson got the rebound. McConnell chases it down. Miller for 3 from the same spot. No good. Lincoln Miller rebound. Cole Miller, a little cousinly contact.
That's a touchy little foul there.
Parker Miller to Jackson Brown. Simonson rips it away. Cole drives, right hand, no good. Bryce Miller rebound. Parker Miller now drives. Jackson Brown for 3, off the rim, no good. Falsgraf gets the ball ahead to Simonson. Slows it down. McConnell rebound and is fouled. I believe that's going to be on Parker Miller.
That Jersey got that just a little off stride, had to turn it into a Euro step. Was able to get it up off the backboard so Hudson could grab that rebound. He got fouled.
Gibson and Mudd back in. Parker Miller and Jackson Brown to the bench. And Drake, I think maybe has a little bit of blood going on. Maybe he bled down over there. Or he just thought it was wet. Maybe that's what he was saying. It was wet over there. Okay.
If it was blood. Well, there's Sarah.
I wondered what was going on because he went and talked to the official for a minute. Drake did.
There were some bodies sprawled out on the floor there for a few minutes.
Blue Jays will inbound underneath their own hoop. That pass not quite high enough to get over Mudd. Mudd getting some instructions from the bench. Gets it to Gibson, swings it to Gina, who right hand float is good.
Tough shot.
Cole Miller bringing it up court. Crossover. Kick out Simonson. Around to Simmons. Falscraft doing work down low, trying to get open.
That's a hand check. That's a good call.
It's going to be on Schoen. That should be his fourth.
It's team fourth also. Blue Jays will be shooting free throws the rest of the game. If the clock didn't start or if they wanted to reset on the shot clock, it looks like.
I think they're just having problems with that bench official there. It's one too many people in stripes. So 4 minutes left in this game. Good pressure from the Bombers. Miller has to go all the way back to the free throw line. Miller on Miller. Simonson. Cross court to McConnell. McConnell pump fake. Has to dump it off with some good defense from Mudd. Falscraft now to Miller in the paint. Simonson for two is going to be short. And Gibson comes away with the rebound, and he's off to the races. Lost it on the way up. Just a little extra on that bounce.
Yeah, and in spite of the Bombers keeping their lead kind of right where it's been, they have not had a point from Jude Gibson here in the second half.
Oh, right to Cole Miller. Bryce Miller on him. Cole Miller step back into Simonson. Simonson fights for a position, goes up for the bucket, not quite able to finish it. We'll see which one of them they call the foul on. They're going to go with Mudd.
That foul probably could have been called on the floor in advance of that because Jersey had an arm hooked.
That is 4 on Miles Mudd. Simonson to the line for 2. First one up and not able to get the roll.
That looked like a tired free throw right there.
It's fair.
If there's such a thing. Just pretty flat. Jersey shoots a good ball with a lot of arch. And sometimes when your legs are gone, that shot just gets a little bit flatter.
Parker Miller and Jackson Brown in. Gina and Schoen to the bench. Simonson 0 for 2 that trip. Parker Miller rebound. Gibson slows it down. Parker Miller now with it. Has McConnell on him. Gets it to Miles Mudd. Falscraft helping down low. Gibson left hand up. No good. Falscraft another rebound. Cole Miller over to McConnell. McConnell to the bucket. Not able to finish, but he'll go to the line for 2. That one was halfway down. Bryce Miller, just his first foul. I don't know where he's been all game. Who only gets 1 foul? You get 5 for a reason. Ooh. Connell misses the first one. Misses them both. Something's wrong with this rim. I'd check the height. Miller to Miller, back to Miller with Miller guarding. Kick out Mudd, got away with a step there. And there's the 3-second call on Miller.
Neither team really setting the world on fire with their offense here in this fourth quarter. Both teams look a little tired. Maybe the Blue Jays a little more reason to be tired.
McConnell picks it up in a tough spot, knocked away by Miller. Mudd with the ball. Miller ahead to Jackson Brown. Back to Miller. Mudd. Bombers slowing it down a little bit now. Gibson, tough angle. Going to get bailed out on that one. That'll be 5 on Albright. So his night will be done. Ryder Miller going to check in for him.
Solid effort out of Boone Albright off the bench tonight. Gave his team some really good defense. Really did a nice job on Gibson here in the second half when he could stay on the floor.
Is that his first point of this half, Gibson?
Yes.
Okay.
16 at half and 17 for the game.
It's both free throws. Shown back in, Jackson Brown to the bench. It's hard to believe Gibson's still a junior with as many times as we've seen him.
Yeah.
Cole Miller for 3. That one's out the front of the rim. Mudd goes up strong for a rebound. Foul on McConnell. His third. To be fair, they're going to say the same thing about Pfaltzgraff, because when you have one after the other and you get playing time as a sophomore, well, freshman really for him, it's going to feel like he's been here forever. Timeout Bombers with 1:41 remaining. Along with that Brickhouse Fitness player of the game, we'll also have a Vision Bank, or the Brickhouse Fitness Protect This House player of the game and the Vision Bank player of the game. Right. Vision Bank has been a sponsor for the Bluejay Digital since really before the Vision Bank days. So day one, I think they were the first one to jump in and sponsor anything we did here back when it was Legacy Bank, and just been a great partner for Bluejay Digital for years, and we really appreciate their support of the students running this program and all the student athletes, and just a great community partner. And they allow Mr. Seidel to lead this class and hang out here and watch more sports than his wife can possibly handle him being at.
And we mean it. We can't do it without him. I mean, we just can't do it without him, and it's appreciated. We get to highlight these young people, and you and I get to talk about it, and it's a pretty cool thing.
Gibson, pump fake, pull up, 3, good. Boy. Can he graduate early?
He could maybe he could declare for the draft. I don't know. NIL transfer portal.
You know, there might be some schools in Iowa. I don't know if they pay as well for basketball as maybe some other sports, but there's definitely been some off-the-table payments going around. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The west side of Des Moines, there's some wild, wild west kind of things going on over there.
I don't know if I'd go west side, but the west side is back in the old days. Gibson with it. Using that screen from Jackson Scott. Misses it. Falsgraf with another rebound. Ryder Miller to Cole Miller. Drive into the hoop. Blocked by Jackson Brown, but foul, or Jackson Scott, but that's a foul.
Jackson Scott is the son of Bomber assistant coach Tron Scott, longtime coach at North Polk, head coach and assistant coach. Had a chance to catch up with him a little bit before the game. We used to square off against each other when the Comets and the Blue Jays were back in the heart of Iowa.
We can get some lineup changes here for the Blue Jays. Checking in, number 30, Cooper Goodwin. Number 5, Max Simmons. Number 24, Brett McDowell. Number 23, Jake Trusty. And coming in after Cole makes this is going to be number 12, Blake Sollers. For the Bombers, we got number 10, Blake Krogman. Number 12, who's not on my bound roster, but Alex Weeks, I guess, according to the other roster. 25, we got Max Wilson. 24 is not going to get his name mentioned because it's not there on my roster. Oh, and number 3, Moje Mong. Shot up from the unnamed player. Simmons with the foul. That's his first.
And if you're Coach Evans, you give your guys the weekend to recoup and get their legs back. Try to spin something positive after this game. There's no sense in beating your team up over losing to a really good Roosevelt team and now the number 1 team in the state, Ballard.
McDowell.
Go
ahead. What were you going to say?
Jake Trusty for 3. Boom. That's what I was going to say.
I feel like you lacked enthusiasm on the Jake Trusty boom, though.
Next one he hits.
All right. That's going to bring us to the end of the ball game. Bombers going to win 68-51, keeping their undefeated season alive. Valiant effort along the way, but not quite able to hang with them. As you start looking closer to the end of the year, you're probably hoping that you don't have to see them a third time, but also it's hard to beat a team 3 times. So
yeah, and if you see them a third time, it's either going to be in their gym or at a sub-state final somewhere. It's going to be tough regardless, but I got a hunch they're going to probably go north like they usually do, and we'll find out where the Blue Jays go. That's probably here in the next couple weeks.
Yeah, that should be. Leading scorer in the game, Jude Gibson with 21, along with 13 from Parker Miller for the Bombers. Leading the way for your Blue Jays, I had 14 for Hudson McConnell with a couple rebounds, 14 with Cole Miller with 3 rebounds, 11 for Drake Falsgraf. I had him for 16 rebounds, 8 points for Simonson with 3 rebounds, and that big 3 from Jake Trusty at the end. Looking ahead for some post-game awards, Brickhouse Fitness Protect This House Player of the Game, kind of a defense effort type of award. What are you looking at here?
Well, I think some new blood in that award. I think I really liked what I saw from Boone O'Bright in the second half, and he got himself in foul trouble, eventually fouled out, but just played with that intensity, and really that's what this team's going to need is somebody coming off the bench to give him a little something defensively. Going to need to find something offensively too, I think, off the bench. Just a guy that can, knock down a 3. Boone's certainly capable of that, but Boone is my selection for the Protect This House Brickhouse Fitness Player of the Game.
I like it. As we look for a Vision Bank Player of the Game, then I think you got 3 primary contenders. You got Miller and McConnell both with 14 points, and Falsgraf with 11. Miller and McConnell kind of doing what they always do, but I think the key here. I think it's a drastically different game without what Drake was doing down there. 16 rebounds is a lot of rebounds, and the Bombers are a tall team. They can rebound well, and Drake really kept him off the glass pretty well there. So I think Drake Falsgraf gonna take a back-to-back Vision Bank Player of the Game. Got it last night, and another solid effort tonight with double-doubles on both games, and really just starting to grow into that. We need it to develop a little bit more into the win column, but for solid end of the week for the young sophomore. So Drake Falsgraf, Vision Bank Player of the Game. Vision Bank, see what we can do for you. Tonight the Blue Jays are going to go on the weekend, get rested, and be ready to fire it up next week.
Right.
Have a good weekend, and go Jays.
Go Jays.